What's happening, folks? This is Dan the Gunman. So today I am going to do an unboxing and review of the Recover Tactical 2020N. It's a compact stabilizer for your Glock pistols. We also have the G7 holster for the Glock. It's for all double stack guns that have a rail. I don't know if they mean Glock guns or just any kind of pistol, but I assume it's Glock. So got the back of it here. We'll look more into it. So let's get started. So first thing you want to do anytime you're dealing with guns, you of course want to be safe. So we're gonna check the chamber. Chambered a couple times. There's no mag. That is the Glock 17 MOS. I've got the 6.0 red dot on the top. Suppressor height sights. It's a workhorse, so it's not pretty. Glock 19, also clear. Nothing in the chamber. Nothing in the mag well. Nothing in the chamber. Got two mags. We'll get those later. They're both empty as well. No ammunition in sight. And then I've got my handy dandy butter knife Junior. All right. So the next thing that we're gonna look into is the box. Let's get everything open. So let's see what's inside. We've got the stabilizer itself right here. V for Vendetta. All right, never mind. We got the stabilizer right here. This seems to be some kind of forward grip. Also in the box, we've got a bungee cord. Maybe that's the sling. We'll see how that's set up. This looks like some Picatinny rails. It looks like you got some tools inside of there too. These look like the slide assist rails or whatever you want to call those. And then there seems to be an extra one. And we've got our instructions. We don't need those. All right. So, all right, I recommend using the instructions, but I'm not using them today because I'm a G. All right. And inside of the holster box, we've got a lot of parts in there for a holster. We got the holster. We'll put that together afterwards. So let's get started. We know everything is clear. I brought two different variations because from my understanding, it'll fit them all. Okay, I guess you can't lock it in place first, so we're gonna unlock it. First thing we're gonna do, see how it fits. So let's start with this Glock 19. This isn't the one I want to install. I actually keep this one and another one, and it looks like there's like a groove inside of there. Can you see that groove? I think that's where the trigger guard sits. So put the trigger guard inside. It fits well. We'll close it up. And I think ultimately this is what it'll end up looking like, something similar to that. But I wanted to show that it can fit the Glock 19 and the Glock 17. I didn't flag myself, by the way. I know y'all probably think I flagged myself. Flag your mama, leave me alone. All right. So this one has the TLR1 light, the HL. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that off with my handy dandy butter knife Junior. All right, so they got it loose enough. All right, take that off. All right, so this one is the MOS. So I think the instructions, the first thing it says to do is we are going to install the slide assist apparatus. So one of these bags has it in it. I think this one. All right, so there is a low profile slide assist. It comes in two parts, and then there's a high profile. I think this would be the one that would go on the 19. It would sit something like this, since it doesn't have. I don't know. I should probably read the instructions. Okay, but this one would be for the 19 because it's higher, so it'll assist you when you're pulling the slide back here. See, it works pretty good. You can kind of see that working. And it's on there pretty snug, so that's a good thing. Don't need that one because I'm not going to install that one. We're going to do the low profile for the 17. So from my understanding, you want to start with the bottom first, and I believe it just slips right on there. No, it's got a groove at the bottom. So let's slide back. All right, and then we'll come up from the bottom. All right, you can see how I'm doing it here. All right, so that just locks onto the bottom. That's pretty good. It feels kind of snug already. Then we'll take the top, will come over the top of it here. If I'm breathing hard, it's because I'm fat. So my next investment will be a gym membership instead of more gun stuff. Call me Meal Team 6. All right. And that slips on. It's pretty snug. It doesn't want to close, but it does come with some screw adapter, some screws. So I think that'll get it to close up. All right. All right. So they come with a couple of little, looks like little micro bolts. They drop down in the bottom here, and you'll screw it tight. Actually, that's not the bottom. I might just have this on backwards. No, I got it on right. No, I got it on upside down because I'm not a genius. All right. I'm gonna take it off. Try again because I'm not perfect, and that's probably why I needed the instructions. All right. So start with the bottom here. This is actually the bottom, and it slid on a lot easier. And this is why reading the instructions are important, guys. It actually fit so much easier and a lot more flush when you read the instructions. Look at that. Wow. All right, so you'll want to drop in this hex right here, and then you'll screw it down at the bottom. It comes with the tools to do so. I'm gonna pause while I do this and then kick back in. So give me 1 sec. All right, so I got the screws locked in, and it works pretty good getting that slide on it. That's perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this inside of the stabilizer here. So you want to line up, if you can see that, I don't know if you can see it, but you want to line up the front of the trigger guard to the little indentation that they have right there, and it'll sit on top. Let's see, and then it'll close up. What I like to do is close the brace because it'll kind of lock it in place already, which makes it a little easier to get your screws and everything in place. So the next thing it comes with is this screw here. You'll want to go into the threaded side and then screw in this. All right. One day I'll learn how to do the whole speed it up thing, so y'all don't have to watch me screw everything in. I paused it last time. I didn't want to pause it again. So give me just a second. And then I try to make sure that it's pretty tight when I get it on there. All right. So it's already ready to go at this point. Oh, no, it's not. Something's wrong. I didn't get all the way through with the screw. Oh, I screwed it into the wrong side. Lots of mistakes here today, guys. Man, instructions are important. All right. So I'm gonna unscrew it here and go into the other side. Should make it a little more stable. All right. If you think you can do it better than me, put it down in the comments. Of course, remember to like and share. And if you've been with our channel for a while, you remember the infamous Sophia's voice. And she always reminds us to
like, subscribe, and comment.
What about the notification bell?
Yeah, always hit that notification bell on the side.
Hit the notification bell. All right. She's the young girl that you saw fishing in one of our first videos. She's been with us on the channel now for her whole life. All right. If I could get this screw to go in, we can move on to the next part. You can pause it. So technically here, this is ready to go. You could use it right out of the gate. So you pull back, you would be able to drop it in there. So it comes with a couple different attachments. I like this one. It slides onto the pick rail here, then it locks in place. Did you hear that snap? And then what it allows you to do is you can take one magazine, drop it up front, and then you've got one magazine loaded. So I imagine if you've got the 30 round, you've got something like that, you got it braced pretty good, and you'll be able to get further down range with that. So I love it. You know, that's one of the things. Other cool thing about it is you can have this rail, and it also includes some pick rails. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop these mags out. This one just kind of, it's a tension, so there's not a button you have to press, And of course the mag release is here. One thing that I don't really love about it, and that could be because I don't have the extended slide release, you can't really get underneath your slide release. So if you're locked back, you won't really be able to get to that very easy. But next thing I'm going to do is install those pick rails that came with it. So here we go. And the pick rails come with the necessary screws and nuts as well. You just drop them on, and it looks like it's fairly easy to do. So here we go. They go right in here. That's nice. Let's see. They screw on right on the top of the slide. See, I had to figure that out instead of just reading the instructions, because reading the instructions are people that don't know what they're doing already. All right, so they drop. Okay, guys, I had to actually take my pistol out because I realized now that the pick rails go here on the brake on the you know what this thing is called. It's on the stabilizer here, so I had to take it off. I thought that it went in a different position. That I do highly recommend reading the instructions. It might save you some time, or you can just watch my mistakes, right? One of the things they say is learn from the mistakes of others, and I've got plenty learning material for you. All right, so that's one pick rail on. It kind of sits like that, which looks kind of funny, but let's see how it looks once I put the pistol back in. There's a little groove here that it sits inside of, and you drop this little part in the groove, and then there's a nut on the other side that you drop in, and you go ahead and screw this into these nuts. Man, it's an awkward angle. Can't really access these nuts like I'm trying to. All Diddy. I'm just kidding. Diddy didn't do me nothing. All right. Here we go. And all right, now we've got the pick rails on. I can put the pistol back in. Remember, go ahead and put that front part of the slide. I'm sorry, the front part of the trigger guard, and then you can drop it, close it here. Should make it a little easier for you to access it. Drop your screw back in there and tighten things back up. So here we go. So now that it's tight, I'm gonna just careful not to over tighten. I hand tighten the whole thing. Don't use any kind of power tools to do this. It's not necessary. This is just a polymer. It's not a hard metal or anything. So hand tighten. Now you've got your pick rails. It's got a little give there, so I wouldn't use it for anything like a laser or anything. But I'm gonna take and slide this forward angled grip on there. So still legal because it is an angled grip. There you go. And so now the conversion and the stabilizer here, and of course it's got a brace, so it's not a NFA item at all, because it's got a stabilizer in the back. I'm sorry, a brace in the back, so it keeps it stable. And what we'll do now is we will drop the TLR back on there, and I like to put my TLR on the I'm gonna put it on the left side because I don't want to take my hand off the near the trigger if I can avoid it. So I'm gonna put it on the left side and then pull out old butter knife Junior so I can tighten it back up. We go by hand first, and then old butter knife Junior will get it real tight. Now y'all don't tell my wife I'm using her kitchen utensils to do this type of stuff. If y'all want to see any more videos, right? So got that. Looks nice in there. It's not too heavy. You've got this going on, and then you've got the sling which it comes with this little ring here. Take the ring, and there's a little spot where you can thread it in the back. I'm not about to tear up my fingers to do that, but the sling will go in here. I don't even know if I'm gonna use the sling. So the next thing that it shows us, which is pretty interesting, is this holster. I think on the holster, I'm gonna set this aside for now. I think on the holster, what I'll do is a little different. I'll read the instructions. Okay, so it comes with a couple of different pieces, which is pretty cool. We'll figure out what it all does. So the first thing is insulation. All right, so place the two halves of the rail in a position on the gun, secured together with the supplied hardware. So this apparently goes on the gun. How does it go on the gun? That's interesting. Let's try it on this one. That's weird. I don't actually know how this works at all. So, okay, now that I see it together, you put them on the gun and then it actually sits on your, like that. So, where does it sit? Okay, I get it. So this is for standalone. So this is if you're gonna put this on the Glock by itself, not inside of the stabilizer, right? So this can be installed so that it'll slide directly onto the stabilizer, like so, and then it'll snap on. So that's the awesome part. And then that actually will sit on the holster. So we'll get that installed here in a second. Now the question is, what is the way to detach this? All right, it just looks like it's tension. So now we're gonna put the rest of this together. And it looks like it's completely tension based. So that'll go like that. All right, give me just a moment to do so. So here we go. And just put the screw through. And should only take me a couple seconds to do this. It comes with enough stuff. Going backwards again. You're gonna want to put that bolt in there and then come through the other side for the screw. It's like you would need 3 hands to do this. It's not the easiest, but they were smart enough to put this hole right here through the top part so that you can get the screw through. So that was good engineering on their part. So push there, tighten it up. I can feel it pulling the bolt in the back. And so it's got a couple different angles that you can choose. So just loosen it up a little bit. And if you want to go with the straight 90 degree, just kind of pop it in place, tighten it down to where you want it. And this is your standard paddle style holster. So it'll go there, and then you can drop it onto your stabilizer like so. And so now the holster will sit on there like that. So that's pretty awesome. You've got that ability. And then it's tension based. So you just push it off and it'll come off. One day I'll show you a video with me doing a draw from it. So this can be installed directly onto the rail system of the Glock here. You'll see it sits in there, and that would give you the ability to use the holster standalone. So that's pretty awesome as well. So they give you quite a bit in the box, but overall my review is it's a pretty good stabilizer. I mean, everything feels like it's snug and in place. Doesn't really feel like anything's gonna come off. I can rack it fairly easily. I've got access to everything I need to have access to. Got access to the lights there without having to take my hand off. So that's pretty awesome. Got double Picatinny's. Gives you access to everything. And it does appear that when it folds to the side here, you will still be able to shoot if you get your finger in there. Now I'm trying to keep my finger off the trigger, but you can't get your finger in there. You could still shoot with it folded, and then it just pops out right there. You're ready to go. So overall, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty cool apparatus. I know there's some others on the market that are like conversion style kits. I know that Recover Tactical makes a larger conversion kit. So that's something you may want to check out. But today, video hoster, we did have some faux pas on getting everything put together. So do read the instructions. But overall, thank y'all for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Dan the Gunman.